Hi everyone, it's been an honor to introduce you guys Tevin Shepherd. I took some note about this young man. He has an incredible life so far. So I'll tell you more about Tevin Shepherd. Tevin Shepherd began his journey in youth work as a youth development work in Canaries, one of the smallest and the poorest communities in Saint Lucia. In 2012, he was elected to serve as the vice president of the Santa Lucia National Youth Council. And the following years, he received the award of Outstanding Youth of the Year. Following this achievement, he worked steadfastly with the student body to implement student councils at every secondary school on the island. His passion for access to education led him to create the Justin's Mario Michel NYC Fund. This scholarship fund has made available education opportunities for underprivileged high academic achievers in Santa Lucia. Several disadvantaged youth have benefited and are now able to attend school and acquire a holistic education. Tevin was the first Santa Lucia to be present the Queen's Young Leaders Award, present in London by Queen Elizabeth. It is part of the Queen's Young Leaders program, which is celebrate the achievements of young people who are taking the lead to transfer to lives of others and to make lasting difference in their communities. Tevin describes his ambition to be an advocate and a mover and shocker to bring attention to the education system with the aim of making the adjustments to reflect a more modern society. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tevin Shepherd.
St. Lucia is a small Caribbean island. It has a population of a little over 180,000 and has produced two Nobel laureates, Derek Walcott for literature and Sir Arthur Lewis for economics. I grew up in a small community, Canaries, a fishing village, and one of St. Lucia's poorest communities. Opportunities were scarce in Canaries, but this was my motivation for founding a youth organization, ProjectCan. It has grown into a playground for many young people, a means to their personal development and a way for them to contribute to the development of their communities. With over 40% of youth unemployment in St. Lucia, and Canaries having over 60% of youth unemployment, ProjectCan's solution has been to intensively develop youth skills. St. Lucia is a beautiful island and a tourist destination. With that in mind, we train youth in craft-making skills and entrepreneurship. This motivates them to create their own businesses. One volunteer found employment on a cruise ship. Earlier this year, I received the prestigious Queen's Young Leader Award from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. This was a dream come true. A little boy from an impoverished community who through volunteering and commitment to education was honored at the highest level. I was the second vice president of the Saint Lucian National Youth Council, which has introduced students' councils to over 10,000 primary and secondary students in St. Lucia. Training in leadership, values and morals and good governance were our top priorities. But students have been engaged in debates, have organized their own events, and have learned how to work well in a team. Many students have credited the Student Council movement for providing them with the skills they needed to move into the workplace. Keith, a head carpenter, who was the president of his school's Students' Council, always credits his experience in council debating for his subsequent proficiency in negotiating in the workplace. This kind of education system teaches young people to pursue non-traditional and entrepreneurial careers. In one day, imagine one young will, in one day, a young self-employed farmer or chef can make 2 times the salary of maybe a teacher. The possibilities are endless. In 2014, the government of Saint Lucia awarded me the Youth of the Year title for my contribution to youth development. I remember working with young Saint Lucians to train them in mobile apps development after the government of Saint Lucia handed them computer systems. We realized that many young people didn't have adequate career guidance. So we launched the Youth Full Potential Project. Career talks were organized for over 5,000 students by passionate career professionals, including Pilot from JetBlue, who shared his experience and life stories to inspire students in their career choices. I can recall Nicole who frantically walked up to the JetBlue pilot, looking astonished. She couldn't believe she was interacting with a pilot in real time. The session inspired Nicole in her career options and gave her clarity on what she needed to do to become a pilot. We also trained students in the proper use of digital media, focusing on videography and storytelling through social platforms. We created a behavioral shift among the participants. They saw the power of social media beyond posting selfies. 6 months after the initial training, one participant still uses social media to sell his craft to a profitable market in Europe, while another uses social media to promote his music. Even teachers are now integrating digital media into the classroom. A secondary school teacher now uses social media in her health and family life lessons. I want to continue creating that space for young St. Lucians to strive to be Nobel laureates. There are many volunteers who aren't able to even afford basic education. So, for the St. Lucia National Youth Council, we relaunched the Mario Michel NYC Education Fund, which provides tertiary education scholarships for young St. Lucians. The graduating class of the Center of Adolescence, Renewal and Education, a youth center in St. Lucia, boasts 60% of its graduating class this year getting immediate employment. There is a demand for youth skills. Sir Arthur Lewis, a St. Lucian, who received a Nobel Prize for economics, famously said, "The fundamental cure for poverty is not money, but knowledge." So I charge you, one young world, let's return to our countries to be advocates for education reform. Lives are dependent on us. The solution to youth employment is youth. Thank you.